Hey everybody, just a short one today on the reception front. I've had a pretty emotional day, so I'm in a different headspace, and I knew it was going to be a big day in advance, and so my reception time was relatively short, but following up on focus. And there's this idea that we have a certain amount of focus, in the day that we can use. We only have so much. Our brains are only going to be able to control themselves for so long. The conscious part of our brain can only control the other parts of our brain for so long. So, what we do is we want to use this focus as little as possible, but in the most important ways and most important times. It's about focusing on your emotions, staying aware of them, catching things early on and focusing away from them before they turn into bigger and bigger things, if they're unwanted things. So for me, I don't know what it's like for you, but like many autistic people, I have trouble with heat regulation. That's why I'm always wearing lots of layers and all the rest. I regulate my heat in the car. When I'm driving the car, which I love to do, it heats up. And so I'm constantly changing the heat so it's not too hot or not too cold as the engine warms up and as the air inside the car warms up and as the seats and the other things inside the car warm up. It's all very complicated, and I pay very close attention to it because I can easily get overheated. But of course, I want to be as warm and toasty as possible. And it's like that with emotions. We can catch them early on and focus to wanted instead of unwanted. And we can love ourselves by kind of managing that emotional seesaw, maybe. And we have to be very careful not to let the seesaw go way out of balance one way or the other, too hot or too cold, too fearful or too rash or whatever. We have to maintain a balance and fix things before they turn into a problem. Because if you go too much in a negative direction, that negative thought and those negative feelings will gather, other neuron clusters, other negative things and bring them together. So we have to catch them quickly.